Hi everybody, it's your friend Dan Hodges. We're back again for another bullshit video. Yes, another bullshit video. And guess what? My day was good, and then, until it wasn't, because my friend called me and wasted 2.5 hours of my night where I could have been making content and following more content that I've been falling behind in. But that's not all. That's not all. Also, I snapped at my sister, even though I shouldn't have, and I did three nice favors in return and gave her a nice big hug. It's not her fault if she doesn't understand what I was trying to go through, but it was kind of happened in the moment. I snapped at not only her, just the fact that because she didn't know what was happening, but the way I did it just made me look like a jerk. And boy, oh howdy, it made me look like a jerk. It made me look like a big jerk. And I kind of wish I hadn't because now it's in the past. I can't change it. And then I apologized to her by doing three nice favors, bringing her work bag in, taking the dishes downstairs, recycling a can, which basically is kind of the same thing, and then getting her a Dr. Pepper. So that's three nice favors I did in return, in addition to giving her a hug to say how sorry I was for snapping at her. And I told her I said thank you for helping me study for my test that I had for my class that I don't really give a crap about. And yeah. But yeah. Aside from that, yeah. It was a good day until I got home and then I snapped. And now I'm just trying to relax. It's late. Uh, eh. But anyway, Barbara's taking a shower. Sarah's already upstairs. She's working on some homework on, online school again. Because, Sarah's always gonna have something in front of her face at all given hours of the day. Not to say that it's not a bad thing, it just means that she's super duper busy and has no time for bullshits. That's all. That's all. That's all. Also, unofficial sponsor of today, Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. Also, other unofficial sponsor, Crayola, and also another unofficial sponsor, Old Spice. Because why not? Why not? Okay, and so yeah. Yeah, school today was good. I got 3 hours of my tutoring done. It was good. So, yeah, whatever. But, yeah. I wasted 2.5 hours of my night. I could have been studying on some more stuff on the universe, but instead. But yeah, this brings us to the next discussion announcement I gotta give you guys. Okay. Since I was too busy last week to actually give a hell, I went back on Paramount Plus and I watched the new episode of South Park from last week. Oh my god, how do I describe it? It was weird. South Park Season 28, Episode 2. This is basically because it's like, oh, yeah. Well, the gang at South Park was having a hard time. They were going through some withdrawals and they were feeling kind of skeptical. And it's like, oh, well, my town is getting worse. So then they send this nerd over out to Washington and he got his ass arrested and charged with fraud because they were trying to sell crypto and it was crypto fraud. So now this nerd from South Park has to spend 10 years in prison because of cryptocurrency fraud. Oh my god, it was so terrible. Oh my gosh, so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and it was also really creepy because it had the president, it had all the people at the White House. And it just, oh, it was weird. All I could say was, it's gotta be one of the weirdest South Park episodes I ever watched. It's gotta be right on up there on the highest level of weird South Park episodes that I have wasted my time in the last 5 years. So, yeah. But again, mostly due to the fact that budgets are kind of hard and everything's so expensive all of a sudden. And now CBS and Paramount and Comedy Century or Comedy Central, I don't fucking care anymore. That's just how I don't care. But then it's like, yeah, South Park used to be every Wednesday, but now it's every other Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know, because it works better, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah. Um, all I could say is South Park Season 28, Episode 2, last week. Oh my god, I finally watched it. Finally. I kind of wish I hadn't, though. But I had to. I have to. Again, it's part of the universe. I have to do things I don't like doing, despite the fact the episode was so weird. It was so weird. But again, that's just like the thing. It's like, it's so weird. I don't know. But it's beyond me. But yeah, I had to apologize to my sister for snapping at her. I wasted 2.5 hours of my night talking to my very, very crazy friends. I only had, like, I don't know, 5 minutes to talk to Ryan Enders tonight. So dumb. And I wasted time trying to figure out why South Park just keeps getting so freaking weird. South Park just gets weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder. And guess what? I have to draw a photo of Melania, but she's got a purple dress, brown tights, and she's got a witch hat. And you also see I also have Donald Trump in the center, and on his other side you got J.D. Vance. I don't know, but do I look like I give a fuck right now? Nope, I don't. Do I want to give a fuck right now? I don't know. Just because, like I said, my Monday was going alright until it didn't, because then Eric wasted 2.5 hours of my night. I could have been doing other stuff. I don't know, like maybe following some basketball or something. Well, I was, when I was waiting for brother to pick me up at UNM campus behind the mess hall, with the parking lot behind the mess hall. But then it's like after that, it just got like, it's all over the place. So I don't know. At this point, I don't even know anymore. Because why would I waste my time talking to you guys if you guys are not even going to understand me or appreciate my contents? So again, the contents of these videos are not made for children. They never were and they never will. Again, because this is not for audiences underneath the age of 18. So if you're over the age of 18, if you're over 18, you're safe. But if you're under 18, get the hell off of my video. You have been warned. TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, also, my brother was building this Lego Game Boy. I had to kind of rip the box, but I like the fact it probably has some weird rattling noises in it. But again, that's kind of what happens when you have a box that's like 20 pounds. It's a 20-pound Lego box. It has, I don't know. It's whatever. But do I look like I care about that? Nope. Not even in the froggiest chance do I care about my brother's Lego set, because I don't care. I just don't care. My patience has been so thin. My patience with people has been more thin than the ice at the rink out of the Rockefeller Center, because I just don't care. And the stupidity level has been at an all-time high that has been really, really hard to deal with the patience of idiots who we share this world with each and every day. Because, hell, even the Care Bears are having a hard time trying to keep the levels down because people are choosing to be stupid. Yes, people are getting more stupider. People are becoming more dumb. People are procrastinating. People don't just give a crap about anything or anybody anymore, or anything anymore, honestly, because they just don't care. These people that are older than me, they don't care. These people that are younger than me, they don't care. Even the people of my same generation, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. So again, I'm kind of like fighting a one-arm. I'm just basically like a one-armed man trying to fight a battle which I know I cannot win unless you guys help me join the cause here at Hutchins Hut by only taking a few minutes of your time. All I need you guys to do is subscribe to the Hutchins Hut. Help me save this comic book universe from all the dumbasses and idiots that are trying to run it to the ground. And by helping me today by saving Hutchins Hut and supporting my cause and my mission and my destiny to follow ways and find solutions, abide all odds and against all odds, we need to find a way to get these idiots and dumbasses to wake up and realize we need to save the entertainment industry, and as we like to call the grand skip benevolent of comic book universe. Because if we don't save comic book universe, then we already lost the war, and we don't want to be losers. Again, because you know what Violet Beauregarde said in 2005 as a joke off the Charlie. He's like, I don't want to be a loser like you. I want to hang out with winners. Yeah, because, it's only Anna Sophia Robb. She's, I don't know. She's a little bit older than me, but I don't know, by 3 years. She's she's older than me by like 3 years. She's about the same age as my sister. Yeah, she's about 31 right now. But again, do I look like I gave a two fat fucks right now? No, I don't. Exactly. I don't give two fat fucks right now. Because I don't give two fat fucks right now. That's why. I never did, and I don't think I will again. So, remember, my friends, to support the comic book universe, you have to subscribe to the Hutchins Hut today. Because if you don't, then you can't blame me. You could only blame yourself for your lack of understanding of why I'm trying to do the way I am and being the way I am and dictating people in the ways that I am by dictating you and saying, hey, you need to support that Hutchins Hut. You need to save the comic book universe. Because if you don't, then your name is stupid. I'm not trying to be a braggart McTaggart, but I am, because I want you guys to understand the most important thing about here on the channel. We don't love people who are pretenders. If you're pretending to care about the universe, then you don't belong here. If you think you know the universe, but you're an incompetent, dumb fuck, you also don't belong in the universe. So, okay, Journal of November 3rd, which was yesterday because now it's the 4th. Okay, what was yesterday's journal? Well, you see, here's the kicker. Was a pretty decent day at school. figured out shit for 2026. Figured out my shit for 2026. Next year, crap for college. I had got picked up around 9, and my friend Eric wasted 2.5 hours of my night. I accidentally snapped. While feeling terrible about myself afterwards. So I apologized. Did 3 things to make up for it. Did 3 things that make up for it. Against all odds. Do not blame me for the ideal reasons as to why I get triggered by massively stupid, idiotic dumbassery. But overall, not a bad Monday, but could have been a better ending. There you go, guys. Here we go. Journal of yesterday, November the 3rd. Was a pretty decent day at school. Figured out my shit for 2026 next year. Crap for college. I had got picked up around 9. My friend Eric wasted 2.5 hours of my night. I accidentally snapped while feeling terrible about myself afterwards. So I apologized. Did 3 things to make up for that. And against all odds, do not blame me for the ideal reason to why I get triggered by massively stupid, idiotic dumbassery, but overall, not a bad Monday. But it could have been better, and it. This is ridiculous, dude. It's so dumb. Gotta drink some more beer. because I feel like crap. Oh boy, oh howdy, I feel like crap. I am a piece of crap. Yeah, I'm a piece of crap. Papa don't preach unless your name's a preacher. Papa don't preach unless he was a preacher. The preacher of Grand Asta Marie Assery. 'Cause your fucking ass is Bill Cassidy. 'Cause you're going wild west with that 1865 revolver up and go boom boom in your fucking ass tonight. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. 'Cause nothing on this channel makes any sense. 'Cause nothing on this channel makes any sense. I don't know what to say, but this channel makes no sense. 'Cause this channel doesn't make no damn sense. This channel doesn't make any damn sense. The channel doesn't make any sense. Do I look like I give a fucking hell? But I don't, because the channel makes no sense. Because the channel doesn't make any sense. Because the channel never made any sense. Do you think I'm stupid? No, I'm not, 'cause I know what the fuck I am doing. Does he want me to snap you in the ass? Do I want you to snap you like in the ass? Well, let me tell you something, sonny boy, because my asshole dad said I was a dumb ass like him. A dumb ass like him? Yes, dumb ass like him. Because my family is so freaking dumb, and I just kind of follow suit with them. Hey! Do I feel like a stupid dummy? Yes, I feel like a stupid dummy. Well, let me tell you, if I was a gummy bear, then I will eat my fucking ass to death. Hey! Am I stupid sometimes? Yes. Am I stupid sometimes? Yes. If I could waste my time doing everything I can, but I just don't give a hell. Do I give a fucking hell? No. Do I give a fucking hell? No. But I wish I had some Taco Bell so I can shove it in my fucking mouth. Hey! Do I look like I give a fuck? No. Do I look like I give a fuck? No. Let me tell you something, sonny boy. Do I look like I give a fuck? No, I don't give a fuck at all. But do I take the ultimate fall? Yes, I do, because my dad is dumb and so I followed him. Also, do I feel like I'm a stupid fuck? Yes. Do I feel like I'm a stupid fuck? Yes. But let me tell you something, world. The world has always sucked. Does the channel make any sense? No. Does the channel make any sense? No. But let me give you some common fucking sense. The world has always fucking made no sense. Hey, does anybody believe in the word perfect? No. Does anybody believe in the word perfect? No, because perfect is a word that is dead and we don't fucking like using that word. Hey, are you an egocentric fuck? Yes. Are you an egocentric fuck? Yes. But let me tell you something, son. Do you want to go and fuck a duck? Yes. Because his name is Daffy Duck? Yes. Because his name is Daffy Duck? Yes. Because you're the most despicable fuck that's ever had bandwidth in the world. Hey, hey, hey. Yep, I know. Okay, yep. I'm just gonna draw a little bit, then I go upstairs and retire. I had to do a 3.5 page journal. Yeah, I do a 3.5 page journal. Okay. But yes, my barber reminded me that him and Sarah were trying to sweep because, unlike them, they actually need to have the beauty sweep. So, yeah. Around this time, this is where, I'm supposed to go up to sweep, but I didn't because I had to remind you that, again, I had to catch up on my journal from yesterday. It's already tomorrow, despite the fact I had to write the journal yesterday because I wasted 2 hours of my night talking to my stupid dumbass friend Eric. And no, I'm not talking about my dad as a master Eric. No, I'm talking about my other dumb friend Eric, who also apparently shares the same name as him. Again, I kind of wish I wasn't, but I am, so. Okay. We're going to draw a little of the towns. Oakland Boulevard. Oakland Boulevard. And we're going to put an Arby's. Because I feel like Arby's doesn't get enough respect anymore. Like, why do people shit on Arby's? Arby's is one of the freaking best restaurants ever. You know why? Because the only people who go to Arby's are Generation X and millennials. Or should we say elder millennials? Well, yeah. Well, pretty much. Gen X and millennials, they love Arby's. Well, we kinda sorta teeter towards it, but not as much as our parents did. Because, come on, roast beef sandwich. You can't go wrong with a double roast beef sandwich now, can you? Like, come on, and the curly fries. Like, come on. Jamocha shake, it's like a milkshake, but it's coffee. It's a milkshake that's caffeinated. Come on, man. Why people have to shit on Arby's? Like, it's so dumb, you know? Okay, I'm gonna put a Radio Shack. Cause video killed the radio star. Video has killed the radio star. In my mind, I don't give a fuck. Because I want to fuck a duck in the ass hole. Because I said I will fuck a duck in the asshole and cook them on Christmas with some honey glazed sauce. Yeah. I'm gonna put a beer outlet. I'm gonna put a local beer outlet next to Arby's and a Radio Shack. You know why? Because beer is awesome. Beer has been helping men with a lot of things, and hence why, again, our official sponsor of beer at the Hutchins Hut is Miller High Life, the champagne of the beers. Because, boy, oh howdy, we love Miller. We love Miller. We always do. And yes, I'm also going to put a Rite Aid. Yes. Yes, we're going to put a Rite Aid. I'm going to put a 28th. We're going to put it as 28th Avenue. And we're also going to put ourselves a Family Dollar. You know why? Because you got to bring your family to the dollar store. So let's hand the Family Dollar. Alright, and over here, we're going to put a Goodwill next to... Put a Goodwill next to the Family Dollar. And behind the Goodwill, we're going to put a social club. A social club? Yes, a social club. You know why? Because I said so, that's why. Okay, and now, this is the beautiful part about building a town. I gotta sign my name. Put your name on it, put your name on it. Put your name on it, put your name on it. They know my name. My name is Daniel Hutchins. I told you guys, that's who I am. That's my name. Don't wear it out. That's my name. So, to be continued. So instead of always doing more coming soon, I'm just going to put TBC, which again is to be continued. People know what that means. So people use that all the time. And boy, oh, howdy, we love it. So, okay, so, alright. I get a fat boy marker. Alright, my friends. My friends. Offspring Street. I know you wanna hit that. I know you wanna hit that. All the way. I want to get gay because I wanna get gay with you. 'Cause that's the way. That's the way. 'Cause P.F. Chang's. What is a P.F. Chang's? I'm glad you asked. It's a restaurant. That's what P.F. Chang's is. It's a restaurant. For those people who don't know what P.F. Chang's is, it's a Chinese restaurant. That's what it is. It's a pretty expensive restaurant. Also, we're going to put a Longhorn Steakhouse. Legend has it, I actually had ate there on my birthday a few times. Only twice in my life have I eaten birthday at Longhorn Steakhouse. Longhorn Steakhouse is really good. It's my second favorite place next to Texas Steakhouse. Texas State. I call it Texas State House instead of Texas Roadhouse. The only thing that goes roundhouse is Ruby Roundhouse when she's about to fucking put her boot up so high, giving you a high kick in your fucking ball sack, and then you fall over, go, ooh. Yep. Exactly. That's what they do. Trader Joe's. You know, my brother actually makes his own homemade yogurt from a slow cooker. I bet you guys did not know my brother, who I live with here with my sister, who, they're married, so, I'm just, whatever. But my brother, he makes his own homemade yogurt. I don't particularly like yogurt. But apparently my brother is obsessed with it. So I'm not going to let that ruin his fun because he loves it. He probably was spoon-fed that when he was a toddler. Not like I gave a two fats fuck. Okay, so... Hunter Brothers Pizza. Hunter Brothers Pizza is actually a kind of a really cool place because Hunter Brothers Pizza is a nice little pizza sponsor that drives for the series of NASCAR series. Yodelee, 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 yodelee. Yodelwind Mountain. Yodelwind Mountain Dude Street. Now again, guys, this is all imagination. Because sometimes when you have imagination, you always want to stay free. Because when you want to have imagination, you always be there for me. La 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 la. computer repair local. Now, believe it or not, my brother is very talented at computer repair. So if you ever want to ask my brother to repair anything, well, luckily he has a license on how to repair your computer. Again, my brother's name is Jocko, but his real name is Jacobus. And he just goes by Jocko, but his real name's Jacobus. And he works for a bunch of incompetent dumbasses out of the state, and he works remote online. And he deals with a bunch of dumbasses day in and day out. He started just as a simple contractor or a technician, and then he rose up the ladder up to kind of one of the big management leaders, just like how my sister rose up to power as well. And it's like, it's not really that far off hat though, because when you're trying to move up the corporate ladder, you're like, oh, the more education you have, the more experience in life you have, it's like it kind of helps you out on a lot of things. Now, again, like I said before, make no mistake unless you want to be the one that makes it. Make no mistake unless you want to be the one that makes it. Again, one of the many variances that I have mentioned the motto here at Hutchins Hut, we like to say, make no mistakes unless you want to be the one making it. Make no mistake unless you want to be the one making it. Again, the 7th modification we did on the motto of the Hutchins Hut. Again, that modified version has been modified several other times, and the original origin of Make No Mistakes happened all the way back on July 2025, or as we love to affectionately call it, Eric Appreciation Month. But here's the thing. So, because there's a lot of people in my family who hate this idea that I celebrate Eric Appreciation Month, I'm going to rename it Fuck My Dad Eric Appreciation Month. So it's just basically, instead of Eric Appreciation Month, it'll be Fuck My Dad Eric Appreciation Month. Well, it will basically be us ripping on how terrible he was and how he was wrong about the things he tried to teach me within the comic book industry and the comic book entertainment universe. So, also we're going to do a special roast battle where basically it's going to be me and I don't know, whoever else wants to join, let me know. Drop that down in the comment if you want to participate in that. For information and you want to contact me, reach me on my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp phone number is 717-316-4117. That's only for if you're serious. But if you're not that serious, then don't bother. That's that simple. If you want to be part of the Eric Roast Battle and next summer, hit me up with a serious question, only if you want, on my WhatsApp number 717-316-4117. And if you have any additional questions on everything else, hit me up on danhutchins78@gmail.com. Yes. But that's only for other questions about the channel or just anything in general. You hit me up at danhutchins78@gmail.com. Okay, but again, like I said, number one rule is you need to let me know who you are and what you had in mind. Otherwise, then I will never share that information to you again. Because if people try to abuse it, you'll lose it. That's what my old master dad said. My master dad always used to say, if you try to be nice to somebody, if you try to abuse something and you don't respect it, if you abuse it, you'll lose it. That's what my old dad, Master Eric, always used to say. he always tried to give me a bunch of bullshit lessons that I like to try to roast him about day in and day out. Every morning, every afternoon, and every night. I like to remind y'all that again. We feel a certain way about certain people and certain things within this grand scope of the universe, and where we share it with a bunch of other dumb people. Hence, again, why do we share this world with dumb people? Well, there's so many people in this world, it's kind of hard not to find ways to be not around other dumb people, because there's always going to be someone dumb. It doesn't matter where you are, it's just always going to be that way. There always will be somebody stupid that lives next door to you. There's always going to be a neighbor or somebody you see in the neighborhood that is going to be a little slower than you. Intellectually slow, mentally slow, physically slow, etc. 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 So, again, my friends, reminder, if you don't understand normal thinking, then you're in the wrong place, buddy. Yes, because, again, I want to make it crystal ball abundantly courteous. If you don't understand my channel, then why are you on my channel? Again, I want to make it pretty abundantly clear why I want you guys to support the channel, albeit the fact that you guys might not understand the things I share within my channel. Do I look like I give two fat fucking shits about people? Nope. Do I want to give two fat fucking shits about people? Well, it depends on who I'm talking to. Again, make no mistake unless your name is Mr. or Mrs. Stupid. Unless your name is Mr. or Mrs. Stupid, then the only dumb person you have the blame for is yourself. So that's all, folks. That's all. So, let me finish up this beer. Oh yeah, my friend. Make no mistake, unless your name is stupid. Yep, that's the idea. Johnny O's spot on with the shit. And yes, I'm putting my beer next to the soy milk, because I'll probably drink that a little later. And I'm bringing up my Dr. Pepper that I bought before I left the school today. And yes, I'll just go back to this idea book later. And I'm going to go upstairs and try to relax and try to get a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of that R&R that I've been waiting for. I mean, despite all odds, that there's a bunch of extremely stupid, idiotic people that we live with, not here physically by myself, does, but again, to all the other dumbasses, let me remind you, this is an entertainment comedic channel. So if I try to roast you underneath the bus of the controversy, the only person you have to blame for is yourself. That's all I have to say. That's all. Again, like the famous word of Phil Collins and his group Genesis with his two best friends. Because, like I said, everything's alright as long as you're with me. As long as you're with me. don't understand. Sometimes it takes an asshole to know an asshole and wish your name is stupid. And boy oh howdy, there are a lot of dummies within this world. Actually, that's a good question. Oh, you also have watermelon up here. I got a beer downstairs, I got a watermelon over here, and I have a Dr. Pepper. Oh, yeah. Make no mistakes. Papa don't preach unless you need a preacher. Papa don't preach unless you know the preacher. What am I tell you, son? The world has always been a however fucked up one. The world has been so screwed up that sometimes I ask myself the same questions every day. Why do I waste my time talking to a bunch of idiots who might not understand the reasons I feel the way I feel, despite the fact you might not even understand why I even have the channel in the first damn place. Well, again, I remind you is, and then again, unless your name is Mr. or Mrs. I Am Stupid, the only person you can blame for it is yourself. So don't be crying at me saying, hey Daniel, why are you being so rude to me? Daniel, why are you being such a dick to me? Well, sometimes I have to remind people they have to wake up and realize that sometimes in this world you're gonna have to share it with a bunch of dumbasses. Hence the reason why I love quoting it from the father of the 70s show. Why do I love quoting it from the father of the 70s show? Well, that's exactly the reason why I'm here in the first fucking place. Is to follow the destiny and try to find ways and solutions and revolutions to that comic book universe that we are trying to save. Albeit the fact, and against all odds, we want to tell people why we felt the way we felt for the last 12 years we've been YouTubing on this channel and all our other channels as well. So, again, let me remind you, sometimes the world could have some very stupid people, but is that going to change the fact that people are going to be a little slow sometimes? Well, not entirely, but again, I get tired of the grand scale of stupidity and idiots that think they know everything, but we ultimately know that they don't know jack diddly squat. Because why would I be making these late night videos for you in the first place? That is an excellent question. Why am I making late night videos for you when technically I should be sleeping? Well, it's for you guys to find out and for me just to tell you, despite the fact that I have to tell you, well, you know, why I feel the way I feel, because, boy oh howdy, this world has really fell underneath, by the wayside, like West Side Story. In a way that sometimes, albeit the fact that sometimes people just don't care anymore. Nope, they don't care. Nope. Exactly. Exactly. So guess what? I'm gonna go on and do some Alex. You know why? 'Cause why not? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. So why the fuck else would I be doing anything else? About the fact I'm probably not gonna really get any sleep in the first place anyways. So again, I also want to remind you that again, when we started this video, we reminded you about why we felt the way we felt about people, despite the fact my family doesn't deserve, me snapping at them all the time. But, they just receive it anyway because I need somebody to vent to. And if I cannot vent to the doctors, and I cannot vent to my counselors, and I cannot vent to the psychologist, then who does that leave? Well, to answer your question most honestly, most morally straight, I want to remind you that again, the reason we feel the way we feel is mostly because, people fail to understand why I even deliver myself in the first fucking place. And yet, people want to roast it anyway, just like you're going to roast a toasted marshmallow in your backyard and then slap on a Hershey bar and some honey graham crackers and have yourself a jolly old time. But again, it's so freaking dumb, It's like, I don't understand why people feel the way that they feel because they fail to understand the reasons I'm even here to deliver such content, despite the fact that their peanut-sized brains cannot process the truth that I am trying to tell to them. And yes, it is really mostly because, come on. So yes, I'm going on and watching a bunch of Sabrina Carpenter because, come on, she's really, really hot. She's one of the freshest, hottest new acts of Hollywood. Come on, Sabrina Carpenter? Carpenter? What's a carpenter? A carpenter builds things. And what's she building? Her career. That's what she's building. Why else do you think I feel the way I feel about Sabrina Carpenter? Because she's so freaking hot. I mean, it's like, isn't that obvious? Like, come on, dude. You're telling me something that I don't give a two fat diddly fucks about. But yet, I want to deliver you what I want to follow. And whether or not you want to follow it, not my problem. Not my problem. I'm just a person who just delivers entertainment despite the fact of how crappy it is and how shitty it might be. I still want to let you guys know why I felt the way I felt. Okay, then. Yep, so some Sabrina Carpenter. Now we're doing a little bit of our friend Sean Paul. Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of Sean Paul's videos. They're actually very enlightening. You know, the cool thing about Sean Paul is he's a really cool dude. In fact, he's one of the coolest dudes within the entertainment realm of industry. You know why he's one of the greatest? Because now he's actually considering this idea that again he wants to donate money to Jamaica. What's happening with Jamaica? Well, in case your name is stupid, let me remind you, the island of Jamaica was going through some tough times. And you want to know what that is? Well, again, Jamaica got destroyed by a hurricane. Yes, a hurricane. And I'm trying to be short and to the point. And that sometimes, even when this world does not seem to understand why people do the acts of kindness by donating money to other countries, abide all odds, and besides the fact that, they're different than we are. I mean, it's kind of really a big deal to save the people that are not from the U.S. so that it makes the U.S. actually look like a better country than, it really truly supposed to have been painted as. Because we have a president who literally is an orange. So, yes, I'm going back on my old friend Gorilla Pack. And yeah, it's not about gorillas. It's about a bunch of brothers ran by a guy named Raymond. And Raymond and his friends are trying to figure out which of the best items are from Little Caesars. Again, Little Caesars is a pizza that I always used to eat at high school and Halloween parties with the one English teacher I kind of sort of had a crush for. Her name is Mrs. Veselik. Again, I used to have a crush on my English teacher, Mrs. Veselik, because, even though she was just a little tiny bopper, she had kind of a really nice ass with a really nice back behind curve, and she also wore some tights. She sometimes wore gray, she sometimes wore blue, she sometimes wore black, she's even worn white. I mean, come on. Don't tell me you never had a crush on one of your high school teachers unless your name is Mr. or Mrs. I am not interested in having crushes with teachers because that's a sack of baloney and you know that. Because the Daniel loves to, flirt to everybody. You know why I like to flirt to everybody? Because I like to put others in good places, while at the same time I'm self-sabotaging myself in the same process. Do you know why I decide to self-sabotage my own self in the process? Because what do I have to live for? Despite the fact I'm always going to be living with other people who are going to have to accommodate and help me, because I'm a dependent, I'm a broke ass, and I will never want to work again. The reason why I don't want to work again is because there's this little beautiful thing we like to call the Social Security income. Again, that is from our friend Franklin Delano Roosevelt, all the way back from the 1930s and 40s. And obviously, there's a good reason why I love the Social Security income, Mostly because have been on it my whole entire life, and I always will, and, well, also because Franklin Delano Roosevelt was very, very close friends with the Prime Minister Winston Churchill, where they drink a bunch of whiskey, throw a bunch of shots together, and laugh around, have some good times, and oh my gosh, Winston Churchill, he loved the drink. And boy oh howdy, he loves the drink. He also loves to smoke cigars. I'm not just talking about no Cubans. No, I'm talking about those good old English gentlemen's cigars. The ones that, your grandpa or, your grandpa would have in the back of the closet, in the walk-in closet, he tries to hide from grandmom. Because, come on. All of our grandparents, at least most of our grandparents, can say, oh yeah, we grew up and smoked tobacco cigars. That's kind of what it was like back then in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. But then by the time, the 70s and 80s came around, well, that was mom and dad's time. And then there was my time, which was the 90s and early 2000s, or as we say, the early 00s. The 90s? I don't remember them that well. I kind of wish I kind of wasn't born on the tail of it, but I don't know. But I don't know. Well, again, I don't know. My biological father was a little misunderstood. I'm not, trying to understand what kind of man I was going to become, despite the fact he died at a very young age. Dude, the fact that my own biological father had died from pancreatic cancer back in 2003. And then I remember when, the whole story about Master Eric, so I'm not going to remind that to you again, because you guys already know the story of Eric. I don't know about Master Dave, though, but yeah, he's not doing good either. And I'm not supposed to tell you guys this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Yeah, my dad Dave's about to die with the same kind of illness that, my real father has had, And most of the time, pancreatic cancer is mostly because you eat the wrong foods, or you just don't eat the good foods that you're supposed to have. And also, pancreatic cancer is one of the top 15 passing away diseases within the United States of America. More men have passed away with pancreatic cancer more than, most other cancers. Well, there's also other forms of areas where you can develop cancer, but I'm not no doctor or anything like that. But if I ever do go to the doctors, I really want to go to town and go on the freaking operation table and maybe go fuck with a couple of nurses. Maybe they can start stripping down for me. Get on down to them stockings and the pantyhose and the tights. Daniel loves tights. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I might actually watch some. Maybe later on in the month. Mostly because, come on. I love tights. If you actually studied my playlists in the library mighty closely, you would understand the kind of fetishes I follow, one of which is tights. Many different kinds of patterns, fabrics, colors, etc., etc., etc. And yes, I'm still, well, I don't know what the hell just happened because my friends, we were trying to figure out what our friend the Gorilla Pack was doing. And, they were eating my old pizza that I used to always get at high school. We used to get the $5 hot and ready pizza. Little little fun fact. The hot and ready pizza is supposed to be hot and ready. But sometimes it's not always the hottest and the readiest because, even when a pizza sits out for more than 2 hours, it gets really, really, really cold. It's really cold. So, again, it gets really cold. So, it takes one to know one, unless your name is no one. But let me say something, Sid. Let me say something, Sid. Let me remind you something. I want you guys to know that sometimes, despite the fact that sometimes there's things in this world where we just can't comprehend, we still have to work around it anyway.